Well, y'all, this is an experience, to say the least. And I kind of just want to talk about Bitcoin a little bit from the heart, guys. From the heart, and cryptocurrency in general. Now, you might think that I'm happy about this trade I'm in, that I entered yesterday because of the profits. And the truth is, guys, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. But Bitcoin is officially now breaking down from the range. And, the hopes that I had were going to be that potentially we were going to hold the range right here. Okay? And we're not really holding it. Now, this is the weekly chart. We have fallen down. Yesterday, there were some hopes that we were going to hold the range. In fact, if you saw my live stream yesterday, what a day yesterday was, guys. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic to basically take the long from here, then take the short from here. And then yesterday we also did take a long from here and ride that bounce up. It was an epic experience. But my hopes yesterday were that we were going to find some kind of support down here at this green box, which we're clearly breaking down from. Now, let's just go back historically and take a look at what has happened every time we've broken down from one of these ranges since 69K. Okay. Breakdown, range again, breakdown, range again, breakdown, range again, breakdown, range again, breakdown. Is this another breakdown? Now, I've been mentioning this since Friday, guys, when we were looking for shorts, but market Cipher B on the 4-hour time frame was looking extremely bearish, guys. Now, the short trade that we were in, actually, it was a setup that we did give over in the VIP Discord. So it's not like this dump has caught us off guard, right? It's not like this dump has caught us off guard at all. In fact, we come over to the Bitcoin channel here, and we do a whole bunch of updates in here, right? But yeah, basically, yesterday we were looking to short from this level. It was a very juicy area of support. After we took the long trade, we took the short trade. So basically, the long trade that we were looking for was the long from 19,250, and then the two short trades we were looking at was one from 20.2, and then the second one from 20.6, 20.7. Took the long trade, very juicy, and then we rejected right from that level right there, 20,600. And honestly, guys, I didn't know that we were going to come down as low as we currently are coming right now. Now, we are getting a little bit of a bounce, but I want to talk about, what is potentially going to happen now after losing this range, right? Yeah, we're getting a bounce right here. So losing this range, guys, if we don't come back into above this level, then this is pretty bearish, and I'll tell you why. On these higher term time frames, right, this is the weekly, we can see that we really don't have much support at all until we come back down to around that 12-13K area. In fact, the next box is this right here. And that's a big move down, guys. Honestly, that's a big move down. It's another, 25% or so. And, once we're back down in this area, if we just take a look at the volume that traded here, we could easily drop down lower, right? We could easily come back down to the 10K area where we have a lot of volume. Potentially even the 7K, right? Now, what does this mean for crypto in general? We have all this FUD going on with FTX being basically taken over by Binance. And in my opinion, guys, the way I'm approaching this, in all seriousness, is I am looking at this as an opportunity to accumulate more cryptocurrency on spot. And the reason why is this. I can't tell you how many people who came to me during these times, who asked if it was a good time to start getting into Bitcoin, to start getting into crypto. And my answer to them was always the same, which is, objectively speaking, you're buying high. Objectively speaking, if you're buying Bitcoin here, you're buying high. There's a chance that you're buying the top. When we're in the middle of a bull market, if you're buying crypto in a bull market, there is a chance that you are buying the top. Every time you buy the dip in a bull market, right? There's a chance that you're buying the dip that doesn't end, right? When we are in a bear market, if you have any hope in cryptocurrency, if you are bullish long-term on this asset at all, this is the time to be accumulating. If we get capitulation wicks and we come down to the single-digit thousands area, I have limit orders set in Coinbase. And, you know, the thing is this. The point that I am in my life right now is a place where the investments that I'm making in cryptocurrency are a very high reward, low risk kind of investment. What I mean by that is this. I'm positioning myself where if Bitcoin does pull a Luna and go to zero, it's not going to affect my life in a point where I will lose my house, where I will put my family in a position that is not advantageous to my children, right? But I'm also in a position where if Bitcoin does have a future, it's going to be very, very lucrative for my investments. And if you're buying Bitcoin here, and we're looking at this long term, first of all, you know that you're not buying the top, which is super important, right? Everybody who gets in during a bull market buys the top, all right? Everybody who accumulates on the cheap, you are accumulating on the cheap. And then the next time the bull market comes around, which in my opinion it will, once the Federal Reserve stops raising interest rates and turns back on the printing presses, all this stuff is going to pump. Because right now you've got a whole bunch of people putting their money into dollars, taking it out of risk assets like crypto, like stocks, putting it into dollars. Why? Because they're high interest rates. It's a low risk, high return, safe way to go, place to keep your money right now. And what that means is, right now, the dollar is making people a lot of money. And also on paper, the dollar has a lot of purchasing power when it comes to risk assets. I'm not talking about real life. In real life, the dollar is losing its purchasing power. But when we're talking about stocks, when we're talking about crypto, the dollar is gaining purchasing power in these assets, because right now, $1 can buy me a lot more Bitcoin than it could a year ago, right? It's almost been an exact year since the all-time high for Bitcoin. And right now, I can buy with $1 76% more Bitcoin than I could last year. I'm looking at this as an opportunity, guys. And even if we come down to $1,000, I have spot limit orders ready to go because I am a cryptocurrency Satoshi stacker. You know, I have a HODL portfolio of many different coins. But in particular, you know, when it comes to crypto, I specifically do like Bitcoin a lot. Even with this short trade, I have take profit set all the way down to 3,000. Why not? Why not, right? And so, you know, there's two ways that we can approach this if we're in crypto. Number one, we can look in the short term and get upset that our portfolios are down and that we're losing money. But we're not really losing any money unless we sell here, right? as traders, what we can do is we can accumulate Tether, we can accumulate crypto, even trading inverse perpetual, and during these times we can build our portfolios, we can increase the number of Satoshis that we have, the number of Ethereum that we have, and other coins that we were bullish on long term. And after everything gets shaken out, right, we're going to be in a very good position. In fact, I'm of the opinion that even somebody who bought here is going to be in a good position if they held in a few years. Now, was this the best place to buy? No, of course not. Now, I bought here, I bought here, I bought here, and I sure as heck bought here. And if we drop lower, I'm going to be buying again. Let's go back and take a look at the BLX chart, right? This is Bitcoin from its inception here. And I specifically want to take a look at previous bull cycles and bear cycles, right? So even somebody who bought here in 2017, they bought the worst time possible, right? Now, if they had held on to that, let's take a look at where we could be. They could have made another 250% on their buying the top, right? And the only way they could have lost money is actually if they had sold, if they just held until right now. And even still, they'd pretty much be at a break even, right? So that's kind of how I'm approaching this, right? I do not think that Bitcoin is done forever. And if you think it is done forever, then you definitely should not be hodling Bitcoin or accumulating Bitcoin. But if you think that there's a future for this asset, look at this as an opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin on the cheap. People always say, man, I wish I could have gone back in time to buy Bitcoin at $3,000 or whatever. 10 grand. Well, maybe we'll have that opportunity again. You know, it's pretty crazy, but I mean, literally 2.5 years ago, Bitcoin was $3,000, right? 2.5 years ago, Bitcoin was $3,000. Now, when we look at this chart, is there anything bearish about this chart? I don't think so. I don't think so. And, you know, right now, here's my outlook on Bitcoin in general. If we, you know, if this drop leads to a massive capitulation wick, I'm of the opinion that there's going to be a fast buyback, right? If we get a move down to like 13K, 10K area, I'm of the opinion that we'll have a pretty fast buyback and probably start to put in a range before the next bull market comes. And when we take a look in general at the top of previous bear markets, right? I'm sorry, top of previous bull markets, from the top to the beginning of the next bull cycle, depending on when you want to consider that. Let's talk, say, March of 2020, right? Talking about, you know, depending on where you want to time this, a little bit over a year, right? The exact bottom came in, it was a little bit over a year, about 440 days. And we always have that big capitulation, right? It's happened many times in the past. Previous crashes, after we kind of level out and range a little bit, we have one last wick down before we start to come up again, right? And so even if that happens now, I would expect it to be just that, a sharp wick down and then a quicker move to the upside where we will then stabilize, form a range, and eventually see higher Bitcoin prices. So this is not something that I am really concerned about, you know, even though I've got the dramatic piano music in the background and, you know, it is kind of sad. But Bitcoin, but why? I didn't think it was gonna be this way. But, you know, it's still a good opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Didn't think it was gonna be this way, but still a good opportunity, guys. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of tell you, you know, what's on my heart, where my mind is at, What are some specific levels that I'm looking at to the downside here? Well, here's the thing. If we're really going to lose this range, guys, if we are really going to lose this range, then pretty much it's like catching a falling knife on the way down, right? Yeah, we've got some levels, right? We've got some daily levels that we could be looking at. We've got some weekly levels we could be looking at. We've got a whole bunch of naked point of controls. These levels are going to act as, in my opinion, areas to look for scalp longs. But in reality, the way I am going to approach this now, if we are not going to close the weekly candle above 17.5K, I'm going to approach this as I'm going to wait for some kind of a range to form, and then I'm just going to trade like I always trade. And I'm going to be continuing to accumulate regardless of what the price action is doing. That's what's so great about being a trader, right? We can make the plans. And I mean, literally yesterday I was able to take 3 massive trades because we had the levels in advance. We knew what we were looking for, and we were just trading little ranges, and eventually one of those trades is going to be the massive breakout or breakdown trade, right? It just so happened that I took a short from the top of a local range, which just so happened to be the top of a breakdown, right? Now, this is a skill that anybody can develop, and that's another thing about bear markets. As long as there's volatility in these assets, there's opportunity to accumulate crypto, to increase our portfolios, even to make some money, however you want to approach it, right? And bear markets are great times to learn how to trade because everyone comes in the bull market, right? Take it from me. I have a cryptocurrency Discord. I own a Discord, and during the bull market, you have many people coming in getting all stoked on crypto. I lost so many Discord members here. I lost so many more here because people are like, screw this crypto stuff. Well, look, if you're still in it here, if you're still in crypto right now, if you're still trading right now, you are in the trenches. You are putting in the work. And there's going to come a day again where we can long every 4-hour green dot on Market Cipher. That day is coming, right? That day is coming. When every green dot we will long, it will be the bottom of the dip. Every time we see something like this, it's going to be a next move in an uptrend. And, even in a bear market, guys, when you see something like this on the 4-hour, you see the momentum, the money waves coming up. Look at the move we got, right? Look at that juicy move we got right here. Which, by the way, was a trade that we took because we were prepared for it. But my point is, this is the time to put in the work. This is the time to learn. This is the time to study. This is the time to accumulate. Look at the big picture and don't get caught up in the moment. If this is something you want to learn how to trade, you can check out the course, jasoncaspertrading.com. Actually, this isn't the course. Hang on. jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, to give you the blueprint that you need in order to have a plan and then execute that plan with good risk management and with a strategy that you can stick to. Let's take a look at this order flow chart here. Actually, it's kind of frozen. While I have you guys on the phone, I want to take a look at some order flow and see what's happening here. While I have you guys on the phone, let's take a look. Wow, look at the volume that we got here. Yeah, we actually did get some absorption. We had some stupid shorts entering here. Yeah, personally for me, guys, I'm just kind of sitting out of the markets right now. Like, we're getting a bounce up a little bit here. I'm just sitting out, waiting for something to happen here before I enter my next trade. I'm not really looking to enter any trades right now. Not right now. Patiently waiting. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come in and make a quick video for y'all. And I do hope that everybody is doing well. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. Blessings to everybody in the name of the Messiah, Jesus. I pray everyone's super blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.